Shake it out, shake
Woo!
it off, shake it off, shake it off. Woo!
We're back. Welcome to another episode of System in Place. This is episode number 23. We are back from our third hiatus of the year, but we've been in action elsewhere.
Missing in action, huh? Hey, what's up, guys? George, DJ Nancy, we're back in the house.
So excited
ladies.
to be back. I have so much to talk about. Like, so much.
I know. Let's talk about our weekend first, because we actually got to see each other over the weekend, and that doesn't always happen.
It's been a minute that we haven't partied like that together, huh? That was pretty cool.
A long time.
So big shout out to Michelada Fest. We went in Valley Center this past weekend. Brought to you by Carlos and Michelada Mata Crudas. So it was an event. Actually, it was also put on by, and other people. I think it's like a whole team event. You know what I mean? Because the food vendors too, they had Cocina Los Nanos. I think it's Rosie's Kitchen too. So I mean, it's just a little bit of everybody that kind of just got together and was able to like make that event super awesome. And the grupo, el compa Ernesto La Euforia, or what is his name? I think his name.
Euphoria, yeah.
I cannot say that word, man.
It's like
that
euphoria.
Word. Yeah, like euphoria. Ernesto La Euforia.
Yeah, euphoria.
Do you know what that means? Like, is that like euphoric? Right?
Yeah, when you have that feeling, like when you're on drugs.
Oh shit, that's a cool new word then. Shit. So
Don't ask me how I know.
You're just so smart.
Yeah,
and you do know like huge big words.
Well, it's actually a show too.
Oh.
It's really good. It's produced. I think Drake produced it with like Future, and it has Zendaya in it. She's the main character. It's really good. It's on HBO Max. It came out a couple years ago, and I think a new season is starting. Like,
so there's actually a show
year.
about that?
It's called Euphoria, and it's about this 17-year-old girl that gets addicted to like drugs, and she gets addicted to fentanyl. And yeah, it's like really intense. I wouldn't recommend watching it around kids, even though it's about kids. But it literally takes you back, like when when I was young, I was like fucking around and doing dumb shit. It was kind of like nostalgic almost.
That's funny. We always throwing out shows for people to watch and shit. So the good shows, you guys know, you guys got to hit us up for good shows and shit. But so
back
I mean,
to the Michi Fest.
Yeah, Michi Fest. 2021, pretty cool. It's just, it's pretty successful. We had a lot of micheladas all day. They just kept them coming, and it was super hot. I think I'm still feeling the heat, the effects of the heat.
I had one michelada.
You can't lie to me like that. Come on.
It's because I drove.
Okay,
I let V have her fun because it's her birthday month.
There you go.
V drank like 2 big ass margaritas.
And that was just at the event. I mean, when I went back home, I had 2 more.
Hey, so that was that big one that you would carry.
I was like, what? Vegas or what?
I know. I was like, where did this come from? Did they get him at the event? Right?
Yeah.
I saw my daughter with one que era como una agua fresca, and they put like little rings of gummies on top.
Yeah.
So So I saw that one. I was like, damn. Yeah. I was like, okay, that was good.
So it's funny because I was telling V. Okay, so we were like planning to go, right? And then that morning, my son stayed with my dad, and then we pull up, and I seen like one of my old neighbors, and I was like, oh, like there he is, like I'm gonna go say hi to him. And then I look, and my dad's standing next to him, and I'm like, what the hell? Because he's wearing the same thing from the morning.
Yeah. And
then I walk over there, so I'm like, of course Caleb's here. And then I look, and my mom was there, my sister was there, and my dad goes, oh, did your mom call you and tell you to come? I was like, no, I know the DJ. And then later on, I was like, Mom, how'd you hear about this? And she goes, pues la vi.
Oh, there you go. Oh, V promoter. There you go.
You
That's
have
hilarious.
to.
But it's so funny because, like, they didn't invite me.
And they had your kid. Like, jeez.
That's
no
hilarious,
wonder my dad was like, oh, like, are you going to come pick him up or are you going to bring him clothes? And I'm like, oh, I'm outside because he let me borrow his car. So I, like, went to go wash it and put gas. I was like, oh, I'm outside. Like, I have his clothes. Good thing I, like, packed him, like decent clothes and, like, his fucking house clothes and shit.
That's so hilarious. Yeah, because, I mean, it's like a lot of people were hearing about it because we were promoting it hard. You know, I think that's another part of, like, that I was trying to, like, make sure that everybody followed. That they follow the vendors and follow the people that are going, because that's that's what makes it possible. You know what I mean? Just the following of their customers and friends and people that want to meet other new people with certain merchandise and stuff. So I had some oysters. There was like,
my dad had
like
those too.
4
He said they were
oysters, and
good.
then
And
the
the
homegirl
sushi.
said, and we shared one. I was like, damn.
Oh
that
yeah, there
shit-
was sushi. I
Yeah.
saw that. I'm not
Yeah,
a
so
fan of
Gamma Sushi was there too.
Oh yes.
I had
Good
the
food.
Izzy tacos.
Izzy Tacos,
The-
Izzy's
the-
Food Catering.
Yeah, it was like the birria. It was really good.
I saw you eating it.
Oh,
in your
yeah, the
video, and
homie
it
had
looked
It
it,
was
good.
yeah.
bomb.
I didn't-
It
yeah.
honestly like it's really hard to find good birria out there.
Or
and-
the consomme.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that
it
one,
was
yeah, my
really
homie
good.
had one of those too. Yeah.
I actually went out to eat today, and that's what I had because I saw your video. And like, it looks
Se
so
antoja.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's hard to find good birria. But also, if you guys are looking for good birria, Big Boy Tacos always has good birria too.
Hey.
Big Boy Tacos.
Who's that?
Where's
Where
that
they
at? Or did you
Um,
post that one the other day? I think you
Yeah,
did.
so
Yeah.
that's like my family. Well, like they were my neighbors on Gamble, but they're like family
Okay.
now. But they do it out of their house.
Ooh, there you go.
Like every other Sunday, I think. Or they cater tacos
There
to
you
like for events and stuff. Son taqueros, and they make
Nice.
really good food. Good food. They have like good sazon.
Is that the ones that you brought me?
Yeah, probably.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that consomme is ridiculous. So good, so good. But honestly, I love the event. I was so in love with that event. We got there late, obviously. You know.
My
We-
favorite part is that like no one was wearing a mask.
yes.
Yes.
It
Yes.
felt normal, and it was just raza and kids and
and
family.
so much good music, and then they had that little not like a playground, and
Yeah.
the kids were just like chilling there. It was just
They
so
were all
good.
dirty. Caleb had like a sweat dirt neck. Jazz
when you
was
know.
red as hell.
It was just the heat. I mean,
And it
but
was
it's
really
fun
hot
because it's
over
fun
there.
when you're like a kid and you're like running around and like pinche.
Yeah.
These there's had a trampoline too towards the back. So this place is like a little like what did you say like what like 6 acres maybe like on this
Yeah.
little place like
The parking lot
Yes.
is like when we pulled up, I was like, there must be a lot because you can't see the people when you're pulling up. You
Yeah.
just see the cars.
uh-huh.
So when I saw all the cars, I was like, damn, this looks like Del Mar Fair or something. Like this shit's
Definitely.
That's so hilarious.
popping.
Yeah, that is so true.
And actually, it was kind of like Del Mar Fair vibes because, and
Yeah.
even better because I don't remember going to Del Mar Fair and hearing that kind of good music where you're
No.
even like dancing. They had like not just good food and desserts, but those little toys like for kids. I like that they took
yeah.
the time to like be like, let's bring something for the kids. I don't
Yeah.
think I've really seen. I've been to other pop ups and or maybe I missed them, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen where they do have like things for the
Yeah,
kids.
Caleb came home with those little poppers, the little.
So quick background on that. That's funny because I was going through the video because I took a GoPro video and then we could probably take a couple of clips off of that and watch it. So yeah, welcome back, guys. We're Sip Podcast, and this is just kind of like a little recap video of just kind of what happened this weekend. And we're at Michelada Fest 2021, brought to you by Micheladas Mata Crudas.
Bomb.com.
Rosie's Kitchen, Cocina Los Nanos, and we had another friend right there that was making food, Izzy's Food Catering. So yeah, let's check it out. And that was at the beginning too, see? So I think that was like the first time they started right there.
What time did the band start?
Like right after I got there, like probably like 12. I got there at 11, setting up and everything. So we're just going to go around a little bit with the homie. So it's the homie Carlos. And man, I was sunburned. From Saturday. God. Saturday I had an event outside and I was, look at that. It's that Miche. It's that Michi's. Look at that. Woo. Let's go here. I know Vivo had one of those.
No, I did not.
I did.
No, you didn't have one? Oh, you did, huh?
I'm not a Micha fan. I don't like
Oh.
micheladas.
See? And there's the homies right there. We got the El Chucky Sushi. Check it out. Check it out. He was putting like hot Cheetos. Look at
Oh, I've
Look at-
seen his stuff. Yeah.
Damn, that looks
Sus.
fire. Low-key, I wish I was in the mood for sushi because my mom said it was good.
Their stuff is bomb.
But you know, like sushi is one of those things that like you have to be in the mood for it. You can't just be like, oh,
Yeah,
let's
it
just
depends on
grab
the
some
atmosphere,
sushi.
right?
Yeah, that
See, like
lady.
that's the lady right there, the one
Okay,
selling
when
the.
I got there, she had 4 things, and I bought 2.
Damn.
There, see.
Damn.
I didn't even see that.
Really, you didn't see the nail thing?
No.
The empanadas were so good, so good.
So yeah, the empanadas. Candy got like 2 of those. She's like, I wish I would have got more. Those things were dank. They were like cream cheese and like
Oh, and
peach,
jalapeno.
and then like right there some
Oh.
oysters. I got some oysters. Look at that.
Yeah, next time I gotta be there early.
And I think, I mean, that's just our Mexican. That's our Mexican.
No, because watch, I can get
A
there
Mexicanism.
early, eat, go smoke a little bowl, come
Hey,
back.
there you go. I took my smoke break. Look at, see, that's a homie. He's a bartender
Yeah,
too.
that's
So see,
the guy that
like
was
that's what
making
your
the
idea right there,
That-
B.
no,
Come
no,
on.
No, for sure. That 100%. I'm starting to think about it now.
Come on.
And then have my lashes on the side.
Damn. Nomás no te las puedo poner ahorita porque estoy tomando.
That's what I'm
Come
there
on,
for.
Cookie.
I can put them on for
There you
you.
go. There you
And
go.
charging.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's $5 extra.
Because I'd be giving everything for free, especially drunk.
So you can see some desserts.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, the conchita. I didn't go back. Dang, I did want to try that. ¿Y qué estaba vendiendo la señora?
Aguas, sodas, mira,
Oh, y fruta.
fruta.
Damn. Oh, I had her stuff.
Okay,
Curveball.
Jazzy got some of those, some
Yeah,
of those
those
strawberries.
Curveball.
Yeah, they're the Rice Krispie ones were dang.
Oh, that's what
Rice
E
Krispie were
said.
dang. She said she liked them. I saw Candy eating one of those. She
The
was
girl
dang.
was pretty cool. She actually gave me a whole free one.
Oh,
And it was
damn.
like, yeah, because I was the last client.
So there's the homie right there too.
Oh, yeah, I love tomato chile.
Oh, so I'm doing his brother's wedding too.
Oh, you
That's
are?
who Fernanda hooked us up with.
Yeah.
Remember she brought us.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, the
The
tomato
rims?
chile. Yeah, yeah.
That's how we know. Well, at least
That's how, yeah.
Bomb.
So I mean, look, it's just I love to see the hustle. Like the hustle's sick. You know what I mean? Like everybody getting there, like
And
getting their
everyone
thing,
you can
know?
tell is family.
Yeah,
That's-
like we all know each other. That's a sick. As
No,
shit.
I'm saying like.
Oh, yeah, like well,
like
them,
each
them,
vendors, you could tell that's their family.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah! That's you gotta bring in the family. You know, it's an evento familiar. You know, you got, you know, and then plus the hustle, man. Like you know, you gotta when you have a vision, when you have something that you want to start up, who do you want to bring in? Your family, the people that are around you that you care for the most. You know.
Damn, for me, I got to bring all my alcoholic
Yeah, there you go. Oh, we'll
And
support.
I'm a alcoholics. Let me see your hands up.
Damn, and that's why I was playing a lot of beer songs too. Look at that one was
Oh my
Maitos
God.
Miches.
I
Ahí,
didn't
no.
try it.
See,
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Maitos. I think they're up on the next event too. They have a next event coming up. I think they said like trucks and chicks and trucks.
Oh, I saw that.
You see that? I started posting it.
It's
I
in
don't
San
see.
Diego.
So yeah, tacos.
Damn.
Yeah, he hooked me up with some tacos. The guy just brought him tacos like the pescado, and they're like beer batter, like Baja style. Oh, fire.
Dude, según yo, I
Like
I
quesadillas.
wasn't gonna eat for the rest of the day, but fuck, I might go home and make myself a quesadilla.
You're like,
Yeah, you
I
have
was
good
like,
ass.
I'm gonna fast for 14 hours.
It's been 5 hours.
Fuck.
you've been on a
it's-
fast for 14 hours.
No, I was gonna fast. I
Oh.
stopped eating at 4. I was gonna fast until tomorrow, like at 2.
Yeah. Damn.
That'll be almost 24 hours.
Why
but-
didn't I get one of those?
The piñas? You know, I
Oh,
didn't
see, that's the lady
see
that was
that.
selling the waters, I think.
I just saw piña in the trash can, and I was like, oh, I didn't see. I don't know. I feel like I didn't really walk around. I just kind of went where I wanted. I knew what I wanted,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
just went there.
Yeah, same. And it's because it was so hot, too.
Low key.
I know
yeah.
it is hot to like walk around. Like,
Oh, I
you
feel
can
like
tell.
everything looks so nice. I don't think it was that nice when we got there. I think by the time
by
we
the
got there,
time-
yeah, they were
yeah.
sold out by a lot of things.
That's true.
And that's, I mean, that's the whole point, you know. Like that's why that's why you know, these vendors take all their stuff. Look at that. I was like, La Doña, so she's gonna be
the
strong.
jarritos.
Look at that, she's gonna be strong by the end of the day. I was like,
Ooh,
Mira.
dude, those are not worth it.
no, you don't like.
No,
I think the
those-
naranja. Oh no,
The lemons, orange squeezers? No,
Nah.
dude, that's a lot of work.
you gotta get a whatchamacallit, uno que de vueltas and shit.
Something. Those
But it
are a
looks
lot of work.
authentic. That looks
Yeah,
authentic. It
it's
reminds me of
the
TJ.
aesthetic.
See, like,
Oh,
sheesh.
tortas ahogadas would have been bomb. Too.
See, I wanted
And then,
all of that.
look at,
but
they
I was-
raffled off those bottles, and that shit was funny because they were like drinking them right there in the middle of the tables.
Hell
That shit was. I was
yeah.
like, where are these?
They
fucking-
raffled them.
Yeah, they raffled
I saw
$10.
a lot of people with them.
Yeah, like $10.
Puta madre.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, we
Cocina
need
de
to
Rosie.
do that.
So she's part of the event too.
Go to
She was like
Costco,
one of
get
like
the
the main
bottles.
pop-ups too. Cocina de Rosie.
Or you know what? We need to start.
Oh, her hot dogs were bomb too. She came over. She came over with like 2 huge hot dogs, like just
What
fucking
the hell,
plastered.
Nasty?
Yes.
Just
yes.
because you were
yes.
the DJ.
Just because he was
I
the
think so.
DJ.
And I
That's
was-
why do you think I was name dropping him as soon as I got there?
And then,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm with the DJ.
I'm with the DJ.
That's always me. I'm with the DJ.
I'm with the DJ.
I'm
There
with
you
the
go.
DJ.
Oh yeah, I had their food. Their tacos were bomb.
Yeah. See.
They were bomb.
I had the ones behind them. Izzy's tacos.
Oh.
The birria tacos.
The
They do
cocina los nanos was bomb.
carnitas.
Yeah, I had the.
So they're
carnitas.
doing. She actually gave me a flyer for one of her events. They're doing Taco Tuesdays, and they're doing like a pop up, and it's like going to be like her and like 2 other like events, like 2 other like food caterers, and they're going to be making like dollar tacos, fucking like aguas frescas, like so it's going to be like every Tuesday. It's going to be like a surprise pop
Hey,
up and
this
stuff.
is so
So
fucking good.
That's the vibe.
yeah, like that's.
A ver,
Mire.
can you see my mom?
A
No,
ver.
todavía no ha
Todavía
llegado.
no llegaba.
Todavía no llega. Oh, ahí van llegando. I saw my dad.
No way, yeah.
I think
they
so.
were there early then.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, because when I got there, they were already buzzed. Dude, my mom got home and passed out. We were supposed to go to dinner, and she passed out. And she didn't even eat dinner because she was just like,
Ay, di nasty. So yeah, man. So these guys, I told Cam, I was like, man, this guy's good.
Yeah, they were
He's
really good.
I was like, le salían las canciones chingonas.
That shit looks bomb. Look at him.
Look at him. He's ready dancing. He's dancing all day long. He's a savage.
He's like, don't kiss me. Oh my god.
Look at it. Look at it. Hey.
Mira, ya andaba chapeada.
Oh, yes.
Dude, yeah.
Oh, Izzy was so mad I didn't get him one of those popper things. I mean, he has like 4, but. of
All
course.
right. So,
How
yeah, of course.
That was
fun.
fun. It was fun.
Quick
Yeah.
recap.
That was dope.
Yeah. Catch us at the next one.
But the lady, actually, the one that rents out the spot right there, it was actually, she was the one selling all those little toys. So it's funny how, like,
Nice.
an entrepreneur mindset, like we
Oh,
kind
I
of got
love
a little background with her, and like we were talking about it, like she was like, yeah, pues, like, como dicen, ahorita vivir de nuestras rentas, like, because, like, she's like, I worked my ass off all my life. She's like, I had a huge house in Vista, we sold it. She's like, beautiful house, we sold it and we bought this land over here. So now she's like, we live right here, and then my daughter, and then I rent out like to other people in the back. So I'm just like, yes, that's what you got to do. Like, that's what we're all like, what we're trying to work for, everybody, like, I mean, who doesn't want to own a little piece of land where you can just, hacer tus eventos, or even just cater to your family? Like, I know a lot of places like that have land like that, que nomás it's just every weekend llega la familia, and like jumpers and like little toys and stuff, or even just playing in the dirt, rolling around. Like, that's building your immune system for our kids right there. So big shout out to the lady that coordinates the events and lets people do that, and rents out the spot. Like, they have a huge, they have a nice little warehouse in the back too that they're renting out for events and stuff. So
It's
I mean,
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a
From what
great
I saw.
location.
yeah, and I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's low key for everybody that, it's just low key because it's like, just if you're gonna have your party, that's just where you're gonna to have your guests be able to park and like have somewhere to go and
There
clean
was
up
even
and
a
everything like that.
security there.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a security. So a lot of this stuff is like kind of like the stuff that that you think about when you throw events and stuff like this. Especially when you like involve kind of like like the whole more of the drinking part
Yeah.
and doing stuff
Yeah.
like that, because like you have to think of everything. And then sometimes they ask like, they didn't charge for the event to go in. You're like, no, but the homie, he was like, it's because we want them to spend money on the vendors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we're charging for the for people to come in, then like people are not gonna be able to spend and waste money. You know?
But
So
even
that's what we want.
Even
And
just like a
everyone brought
small-
like all their kids.
Oh, absolutely. But even like the swap meet charges, you know,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know how much, but you know what I mean?
It's like $1.
Okay, $1.
$2, $3.
I mean, you saw how many people were there.
Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
$1.
No, yeah, $1. But then that's what goes to
I know.
like for the cleanup crew, you know, like staff. Like you said, if you want to do like a bigger event, like not even just there, like if we ever venture out into, because I've always been in the music industry and I've always kind of followed things like that. Like, oh, what if I were to do like a party here, or like we
Well,
have
you
a big
used
background,
to.
you know, we have a big
Yeah.
background in that. But back
the
then
homie
it was
was
just
like, "Hey, that's DJ Nasty." I'm like, "Yeah, you remember DJ Nasty?"
that's so humbling, man. That's so like, it's
love
like
it.
it's
He
a
was like,
stroke, dude.
"Jocelyn,
It's like a stroke.
That's DJ Nasty. I'm like, "Yeah, that's DJ Nasty."
She's like, I know.
Yes,
DJ.
I know the
I love
DJ.
that.
Well, guys, don't. Well,
I know we were backstage. Ah.
You know me,
Oh my
always
God.
backstage.
The backstage. Aquí atrás en la carpa. La carpa VIP.
I know. With the baby.
Oh, no,
the baby.
The cabana is the
The
cabana.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
Oh, shit.
But it was definitely fun. I'm glad we made it out.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys came out too. And that's, you know, I think a lot of people were planning on going. I think maybe just the heat kind of scared them away. I think a lot more people would have maybe shown up, like if it wasn't like too kind of like hot.
I think it was probably, you know what I think?
and
If
I-
it would have been more like later, because we're always late.
Yeah.
Look at it. I mean,
And then that's a Sunday. But I mean, maybe you'll do a Saturday. But then, you know, again, it's just, but there was a lot of, I did see a lot of like in and out. Like it was a lot of like, you know, like a crowd that people that would come in, a crowd of people would leave, and then a crowd of people, you know, so it was kind of just a fluent type of, you know, like of
That's
people
good.
just going
A
in and out and
flow.
stuff. So a nice flow.
Yeah, I think when we got there, it was probably like super packed, and then literally like an hour later, like there was empty seats and stuff. But it was good. I liked it. I
same.
liked the ambiente.
Do you guys have like any specific? Oh, so I was gonna talk to you guys about what was the other one? It was Gamma Shrimp. So Gamma Shrimp, they hooked me up with this empanada. It was like super good.
A
So this
shrimp empanada?
no, it was like de pescado,
Oh,
and it had like mayonnaise, like lettuce or repollo, and like pico de gallo, and like una salsa verde arriba, and like crema. Oh my god, that shit was bomb. Like it was just like deep fried, like right there. I don't know, like.
Really?
Like I think it was deep fried, probably
Yeah.
like maybe like
Yummy.
air fryer type of thing. I don't know. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, but it was crispy on the outside. I was like, damn. I was like, I tried that. I was like, hey, try this one. That's good. So I
I
mean,
kind of wish I would have tried the food a little bit more, but
and that's the thing too that I was just like, I mean, for me it was just because they were coming through and hooking us
Yeah.
up with food. You know what I mean? Like we were just
Damn, we
shouting
should've
them out.
stayed
I know
there.
you guys should have came through.
Should have
Like,
come in earlier.
no,
fool.
I said temprano me estaban
Yeah.
trayendo. I was like, God,
Who can be the
I'm
manager?
full.
he's like,
full.
"¿Dónde está el baño?"
I gotta go make room.
Go sit down.
Oh my god! I had like at least a good like 6 micheladas, and a couple beers too. Like damn, but it was you were feeling good. I was feeling good by the end of the night, so by the end of the afternoon. Actually.
Yeah, by the time I got there, they didn't have any more modelos because I got it from what is it? It's the little cart, the yellow orange
so that's la
cart.
Casa de los Alambres.
Casa
So
de los
yeah, that's in
Alambres.
Vista, and they have that's a cool little
Yeah.
micro
So
bus. Did you
That
like
is
that?
really
Sick.
dope.
That'd be so sick to pull it up
I
on our
mean,
next
imagine.
event like that.
Dude.
That's just fire.
So that the guy has 4 kegs in there.
Yeah.
4 kegs.
So they were already tapped out of the modelo. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'll do the modelo negra.
Modelo Negra. Yeah, that's what I was
Bomb.
drinking.
That shit
Modelo
was
Negra.
bomb.
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
gonna lie. I
yes,
think
yes.
I'm gonna switch over to the dark side.
I think so.
Oh, I love the
I've been going off on the negras.
And you know, when I used to
And you
serve,
know-
I would always serve modelo negra, and like nunca me llamaba la atención,
Mm.
you know.
Because it's it's like more of a lager, I think, like the darker. I think
don't
so.
know.
That
That
shows
shit's bomb.
that like how much we're drinking, because now you're, like you said, going to the dark side.
Damn.
I know.
That's why you have to-
Well, I
yeah.
stopped smoking. It's 14 days, no weed.
14 days. Woo.
That's 2 weeks. I'm halfway there, guys. Yeah. Shout out to everyone that's going sober with me this month. Well, not sober because I've been getting tipsy, but yeah, not
But
smoking
it's a
weed.
different it's a different change in like your. I don't know. Like, how do you feel? Like, what can you say? Like, what's
Honestly, I'm still
better
a
part of
fucking
it.
airhead. Like, I still be fucking up and forgetting shit. Like, today I was supposed to... My sister, she's graduating on Thursday. Shout out to my sister, Leanne. Congratulations. She's graduating high school.
congrats?
Aw.
Okay, so her... What is it? What is it called?
Sash. No.
It's called the something.
Satchel? No.
Satin,
Starts with an S.
yeah, something. Y'all know that fucking shit that they wear. okay, so she's gonna have it embroidered, right? And I was gonna take it to the homie tonight to work on it. And I fucking forgot it. Like, that was my thing. Okay, take the fucking...
Sash.
The sash. Y se me va el rollo. Like, so, I mean, I'm still a fucking airhead. That was my main reason why I stopped smoking, was because I felt like I was losing too many brain cells or something.
Do you think brain cells grow back in 14 days?
No. I don't think they grow back, period. But I just...
Do you think that's true? Because I've seen a lot of motherfuckers do, like, some... crazy ass drugs, like I mean, like whippets and shit, and like NOS.
Well, I would fuck around when I was young, not a lot, but I had my fair share of experimenting, and you know, thank God I'm not that dumb, but I still, I feel like I needed to give my body a break because I could feel it, you know. I think the phlegm, which is like the worst part of it.
I think that's what I'm having a lot of problem with right now. It's like phlegm. I have a lot of phlegm.
And that's because of the smoking.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason why I had it. And like even nowadays, I still kind of feel it. Mm-hmm. So I know that my body's still processing all of that. So.
But you said you were waking up earlier though too. Like, is that just kind of like a?
Every day I wake up at 8:00. Like instinctively, I have my alarm too, but instinctively I like wake up at 7:59 or 8:00. It's fucking weird and crazy, and I don't know why. But I still go to sleep late. I go to bed like at midnight.
Okay.
And then now that Caleb's not in school, it's been like a few days. But
I
just try to be more productive. Yeah. Like today, I cleaned my whole house, and like I just try to be productive, you know, because like I just.
Because then you think about. Do you think you think about it? If not.
Yeah, because then I sit there and I'm like,
what can I be doing?
I could be smoking right now, or like I want to smoke, or you know, but. Nah.
But then it kind of just leaves. I mean, I think they say that like to lose like a bad habit, it takes like 7 days to get started.
It's like 21 days to break a habit. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like to get that urge, I think the first 7 days is like the hardest part because the first 7 days you're still kind of like thinking about it, going back, and like contemplating and shit like that. But I mean, after 7 days, if you're strong, I mean, if your head, I mean, I think you gotta know what you want, right? I mean, I don't know, like. The tolerance break is good. Like, I mean, I like tolerance breaks. Like, but it just, I mean, sometimes I just feel weak because of the fact of
that you can't stop.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's not even.
And it's a shitty fucking
and like,
feeling.
For me, it's not even like weed. Like for me, it's like more of an alcohol thing. For me, I'm just like I'm such an alcoholic. Sorry, but. It is what it is.
But I'm just like, first step is admitting it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm always like drinking and shit like that. But it's not like I can't stop. But then I'm just like, fuck, what am I gonna do if I'm like drinking?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
that's
just
how
like,
I felt too. That first week, I'm like,
I'm like, sheesh. But
and you know what? You know what I have noticed though? I don't like to cook now.
No, pues wow.
I honestly didn't turn on my stove for a whole week.
No. Dang. Was that depressing?
Yes, because I always get high and start cooking.
Oh, that's true.
And like I'll just be baked, like cooking. I haven't fucking made a meal, and like I made a sandwich today. I fed my family sandwiches today.
No.
And then I bought birria from Big Boy Tacos. I bought 2 fucking things. I'm like, we're gonna have birria for 2 nights.
There you go.
Leftovers from yesterday. Like we went to dinner, and yeah, I've been like living off of leftovers and sandwiches and.
So I mean, we're gonna have to find. That's gonna be your new addiction. Then you're gonna have to get like some like cooking into the kitchen, trying some new recipes. Like, do you guys look for recipes? Like, what do you like? Do you guys? Or do you just kind of like when
you were cooking today, didn't you? Or
I cook a lot actually.
Yeah.
I do.
I saw your rice. I remember when I first met you. You didn't know how to cook rice.
Oh yeah, Candy asked my mom. She's like, "Oh, how do you make your?" I mean, obviously, like there's things that we don't know that we don't know how do you do
hard.
it.
Yeah. Rice is hard, but now I got it down.
It looked really good.
Yeah. But legit, like I've been cooking so much more, but it's also because this whole month, my excuse, like, oh, my birthday. Actually, it's been a little bit more than a month since last month. I started just drinking more, like margaritas. You know, a shitload of margaritas. So I get like my little good buzz. I start cooking, cleaning, washing it, and I get shit done. But No, I do not. Except with this girl, I go to her house.
I got her fucked up.
And I was like, okay, hold up. And I gotta tell the story. So I'm like, hey, like, are you down? Like, because I know she's not smoking. I'm like, are you drinking? And then she's like, I'm down to drink but not get drunk. And I was like, like.
I was like, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And then I was like, all right, whatever. And then she's like, but bring your margarita stuff. And then I thought it was funny because, like, yeah. So I bring my stuff, but I was like, oh, I'm just going to bring the mix that already has liquor on it. I'm not going to, like, I didn't have, like, more liquor because I've been drinking so much. I'm like, I'm not going to get another bottle because that's enough. She's not drinking, just a little something, hang out by the pool. So, of course, we do that and we drink it. And then she's like, oh, like if I wanted more so she can go to the store. And then I was like already feeling like a little happy. And I was like, yeah. So she goes to the store and comes back with like the same mix.
But two
of them. Plus a big bottle of 1800. Not like the little one, like the big bottle.
Like the liter.
Yes.
You guys are definitely celebrating.
And so I'm like, okay, and I'm feeling like super good, blah, blah, blah. Dude, the next day I woke up not hungover, but like a weird feeling in my tummy, and I was just like feeling like a little nauseous. I had a client at 8:00. I got there at 8:03. Everything was fine, whatever. I worked from like 8 to like 2 or something, and I like sent her a message, and I'm like, bitch, you fucked me up. And I couldn't think of why. I've been drinking like so much. It sounds so bad, but hey, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
But like, and I'm like, I figured out. I looked at the videos. This bitch was using a double shot glass versus I've been using like a single one. And I was just like, oh my God, no wonder I was so
yeah.
Like.
And then when she left, I was taking shots. I took like 6 shots after. So. And then I just went to bed, and then the next morning.
You took 6 shots after?
No, her.
No, I did.
Oh, you did.
And then the next day I went to bed, or the next morning when I woke up, I was feeling it, and I felt like shit all fucking day.
How do you guys cure your hangover? You guys don't.
Michelada.
Really?
But I didn't even want to drink it. I drank it because I was like at a carne asada, and they were like, "Oh, you want to drink? You want to drink?" I'm like, you know what? I'll take a michelada just cause.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, like, para curármela es algo picoso. Just anything fucking spicy. You know what I mean? Like, even if I have to just bite into a fucking jalapeno or whatever, but it has, like, that just settles everything down. Like, it makes you sweat. Like,
when you drink alcohol, your stomach hurts.
Yeah.
Beer's different.
Yes, it is.
See, I don't like beer like that. I prefer
different.
my alcohol.
Alcohol, it like, well, at least for me, I don't have the best stomach. And yeah, it fucks me up.
Yeah, and when you're taking shots like that, ugh.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about alcohol too, because like alcohol is like, I'm having my fights right now with that with beer right now. It's like I get super bloated and I feel uncomfortable all day, like the rest of the time that I'm drinking. And before I used to drink like fucking Modelo's, like a 24 pack by myself all fucking day.
And you
know what I
bloated?
mean? I mean, obviously feel bloated, but I think it just feel more discomfort.
It hurts,
like it hurts. You're like, oh, like you're just like you're peeing, but it's not. I guess it's not leaving. So with alcohol, Jack and Coke, what's up, baby girl? Like, that's my shit right there. That's what I was drinking on Saturday night at Coyotes. I had like 2 Jacks and Cokes, but I get the tall ones, right? And then this couple that was like right next to me, they were like dancing and shit. And then like the girl kept on asking for like a song and shit. And then she was like, you want a drink? And I was like, oh, there you go. That's how you get my attention. So I was like, yeah. Like, she's like, what do you want? I was like, whatever you can get. Like, I mean, just as long as it's alcohol and shit, She's like, okay, cool. She brought me back an Adios. So she brought me 2 Adios. She brought me 1, and I just...
Done.
I was like, damn. I was like, all right, cool, fuck it. And so I drank that one. Then I just like kept on drinking the water because I usually take like a fucking a water bottle or my big blue gallon and shit. So I was like just chugging that because it gets hot as fuck. So Coyotes was fucking hot. Like, it's just like you just have so many people dancing in the same fucking room and same club and shit. And it's just like, damn, like it gets hot. It gets hot. So you're just drinking a lot. And that's the thing about like anywhere you go, even yesterday at the Michelada Fest, like, if I know this from experience, like if I'm drinking during the day and it's hot, like I know to drink a lot of water too. Because you can sit there and you can chug beers all day long. Y te va a dar una pinche, like a mean ass fucking heat stroke. Like I got that one time at a party where I was at, and I was like, this is like about like a couple years back. And I was drinking, like, I was doing fine. And it was like, and then, y pa' acabar de chingar, pues it's like people that so they're just like, here, chelas, and we were taking shots and shit. Now, at the end of the night, I fucking escalofrio, like fucking, like, kind of like a fever, like, and I was like, where the fuck did this come from? I was like, damn. So, I was just like, it's just the heat. Like, the heat kind of just gets to you. And that's what kind of like we were talking about with Jazzy. Like, I feel like that's what happened with her. Like, we left yesterday, the Michelada Fest. Then we went to the homies pool, and then she was jumping inside the pool, inside the jacuzzi, and then like before we left, it was like till 9, and then jacuzzi back and forth, and so I was like, it's just your body's going through heat, cold, warm, and then all day you probably didn't drink a lot of water, so it's just like, that's kind of, I think that's the effects of like your body just dehydrated and shit, and not having so much.
That's funny because that's why I had a michelada, because I kept drinking water and that shit was not working.
Yeah,
it was so hot. I was like, you know what, I need like,
but it works.
Something
it's fucking,
thicker.
Like,
yeah,
it works.
Yeah,
like,
and it definitely cooled me off.
Like,
yeah.
But then you get like super super hot. And talking about that too, like one of the homies and the homegirl that was with us, she was like fucking, like, you can tell like she was ready to like almost pass out. I was like, damn. I was like, girl, you better get some water in you. And she, like, the other homegirl grabs her fucking the water bottle and just pours it on her head.
Saw that. Yeah.
On her head.
Yeah, she just poured it on her head, and she was like, "Oh, that feels so good."
Yeah,
but I was staring at her, and she was like she was like fucking like sweating, and I was like, she just barely had like got done like the dancing too, like you were there in like in the little circle and shit. So I'm like, it's because se te sube, like you get there, it's hot, the el ambiente, it's good, you know what I mean? So you start chugging, you start drinking, and then before you know it, you're like fucking straight dehydrated, and you don't even know why, or you're just like feeling sick. And I'm like, damn, like that's crazy how that can happen, like how that can, your body can do that shit to you. Like, I mean, it just like shuts you down, so you're not, I guess, overdo it maybe or whatever or whatnot. But I don't know, man, that's insane. But yeah, so kind of going back to what we were talking about, I don't even remember, but
do you guys want to talk about, go on Twitter and look up Cater to You.
Cater to You.
They're trying to cancel the song Cater to You by Destiny's Child. I just want to see, I've been listening I've been hearing about it all day, reading about it, but I haven't looked into it. People kind of posting it on Instagram, but I want to see what Twitter's saying, because I feel like Twitter's more important.
Let's see. Oh, is it on Black Twitter?
Yeah.
So what is Black Twitter? Is that just like a different Twitter? Do I have Black Twitter?
No, Black Twitter is just like the Black community of Twitter.
Oh, hold on. Let's put up this camera.
So yeah, they basically want to cancel this song, even though it's 17 years old. Damn. Because they say it like it's like degrading to women.
It went viral and evolved into a thread of users. Oh, let me put up this back down here. Thread of other users unpacking all the things they believe to be problematic about Destiny's Child's lyrics. Destiny's Child is one of the most successful girl groups of all time, but recently fans took an issue with one of their biggest hits, which they say has a message that hasn't aged well with modern times. But I just think that's so dumb. You know what I mean? Like, hasn't aged. Yeah,
it was a long time ago. You know what?
Yeah.
If we're gonna cancel this, we have to cancel movies like Baby Boy. Because that shit's toxic as fuck.
Nah,
we were actually watching that movie today. We were watching that movie, and it's fucking toxic.
That movie's fucking
toxic. And so I watched that movie, and it's like about this guy. Do you know who Tyrese is? Mm-hmm. He plays that role, and Snoop Dogg's in the movie too. And so he plays this role of like this toxic baby daddy that's like fucking his baby mama's friends, and then he's just toxic. He's just like fucking on all her friends, uses her car, leaves her in the apartment with her baby.
Okay, I think I have seen.
And he's just super toxic, telling her like, I lie to you because I love you. If I didn't love you, then I would tell you the truth, and like all this shit. So I'm just listening to this and I'm like, wow, like I literally know men like this. And so for them coming for this song, it's just kind of bizarre to me, because I mean, if you listen to the song, it's really beautiful, I think. And I think, if you really love someone, you should cater to them. And I mean, I don't know. It's maybe, I don't know. I just think it's kind of bizarre that they want to come for this song after it's been 17 years. It's like
a new trend that we're going through. Like everything, we're going back and
like
reviewing
unboxing.
everything. Yeah,
Like
and
the
if you
toxic
think
girlfriend
about it,
unboxing.
everything is coming back. Like the whole. That's
The
why I love the
style, too.
fest. I love the fest because it reminded me of like back in the days. It was just like those vibes. Like everything's kind of like coming back. Like
yeah.
no matter where you look.
But in a
it
good way
is.
or in a bad way? Because that's like, I mean, like it says. Like,
I don't know if I would say in a better way. I mean, I feel like it's just like.
do you think people are
tougher.
just
It's weird.
self-conscious? Like, I mean, like, it's just like, it seems like sometimes when people
Yeah.
do this, I think like when they throw this stuff out, it's
Yes.
just like a reflection of
I
themselves
think
at the end of the
I
day.
think we're steering away from like tradition as far as
Yes.
marriage and like men and like heterosexual relationships, that people just don't connect how they used to. So it doesn't seem to make sense to a lot of people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or,
Because
I mean,
because we're in a time now where women have jobs. Back then we were housewives. Well, I'm still a housewife, but we were housewives. We would cater to our kids, cater to our men, cook, clean, fucking iron their clothes. Like, that's just how it was back then. Even 17 years ago, that's probably how it was.
Yep.
So for people to come for this song and come for Destiny's Child is like, are you just mad because you don't have a functioning family, or like a loving family, or a loving man, or someone that can, or maybe you've never been around someone that makes you feel that way?
Or they they try to associate their feelings with what those people are trying to say, like, because I mean, like, what it does talk about in the song, like it says right here, like, like when you come home late, tap me on the shoulder, I'll roll over, baby, I heard you, I'm here to serve you. If this is love you need, to give it is my joy. All I want to do is cater to you, boy.
Like, what's so bad about that?
Like, that just sounds like somebody's sour because, like, like they couldn't do that to their own.
Or they've never even
had it like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, it is changing. Times are changing, and I think we like it is a different vibration when it comes down to now couples and people that are not married, people that are together for a very long time. I think it's just like this social structure of like putting a label on stuff, and I think that's what a lot of people are kind of running from.
Yep.
Whether and then I mean, at the end of the day, like, divorces aren't so sweet either. You know what I mean? Like, I think also, like, I don't think it's not just the culture, but I think also the way that the system here in the United States goes about divorce and divorcees is what makes it such a bad name. And I think it gives it such a bad stigma, because at the end of the day, like, you don't like when families separate, like, you get involved with the court and the lawyers and stuff like that. And there's some families that separate and they don't, right? But once you get like the court and the lawyers and start dividing assets, and then now you have lawyers fucking getting more money than both of you guys, like, it's a fucking fight. It's like it's like you're playing monkey in the middle. Like, both of you guys are in the middle, and then there's like two fucking lawyers on each side, just like, toggling you guys around and shit. So, I mean, like, a lot of people have seen people go through that. I think, family and friends have seen that shit tear their family even worse than if they just would have separated, but it's just because at the end of the day, like, it's just, assets and divorces and stuff like that and shit that they want to split up. And I think that's what's kind of made it such a bad name. You know what I mean? So it's just.
But to have the time and remember, that one song.
Yeah.
From how many years?
And that's what it's saying. Like, I mean, like, we're trying to find. We're in the age of like information, so we're just trying to like.
And also, we're in the
Point
age
back.
of fuck boys and treating men like they're your boyfriends, but you don't have the title.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's a very blurry line. Like, right here it says, that song was made for real love, not these weird situationships y'all are experiencing.
Oh, I like that.
It says here, the only line I'm not for is taking his shoes off.
Dude,
it says when you're with the man who takes care of you, catering to him in every way becomes a pleasure.
Wow.
So this is a you problem, not a song problem.
Damn.
Yeah.
So they're going back and forth with this. I remember.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
So I think Black Twitter is mostly. It seems like Black Twitter is mostly defending this song.
Yeah.
I don't know who's trying to cancel it. I mean, from like what I'm reading, everyone's like, all for it. Like one of the lines is, "You inspire me to be better. You challenge me for the better." Like it's not all like
it's not
let
all
me,
misogynistic of
yeah.
like towards being like catering to like one like to your man. But I mean, I think it all goes with with the communication. Like, how do you guys think? Like, I mean, I think in being in a relationship, like, I mean, for me, it's been hard to communicate since the beginning. You know what I mean? Talking to somebody else, to a different. I think I've talked about it here. Even just talking to the different sex. Like a woman. I think it's just you feel uncomfortable. Like maybe you might say something wrong, or that might make them feel weird, or you don't want to hurt them because you love them and you don't know how to explain it or how you feel. So I mean, I think the biggest part in any relationship, whether they're married, single, or messing around and shit, it's just the communication, because that's what's gonna build no matter what. Like people can say whatever the fuck they want. People can tell you, you should get married. People can tell you should do this, you should do that. You guys should go to the freaking bridge and jump off together. Shit like whatever you guys need. But at the end of the day, like the only people that are in the relationship is you two, like those two people, like, and all they can do is just be true, try to be truthful to each other, and and be there for one another. I mean, like no matter what. I mean, I remember growing up in Mexico. Like I remember like my uncle would fucking like sit down, fucking la vieja venía y le quitaba los pinches zapatos, los calcetines, lo desvestía, like take off his pants and fucking like change him. Aquí está tu chora, aquí está tu camisa.
Hell,
you know what I mean?
I don't know about
shit
all that,
like that.
but
I seen that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's
yeah,
that was
it.
like that's the Mexican
That's
culture,
the
like el
tradition.
machismo de Mexico. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I think about like, man, like if fucking Twitter culture or cancel culture got a hold of like what Mexico fucking which one they're canceling? Which one they're canceling right now?
Which one?
In Mexico, it actually en partidos de fútbol el puto.
Oh yeah.
So now because
yeah.
of the fact that it's a demeanor of gay men or gay people, so now when the Mexican opponent team, like whenever like there's like like something that they don't like or whatever, they go puto, puto.
Yeah.
So now so they're gonna cancel it, because now they're gonna say that the referees are gonna stop the game if the crowd doesn't stop chanting, or it's gonna start giving like less points to the team.
The only thing we need to cancel is the fucking taxes. God damn it.
Okay, we'll
California.
Well, you gotta find something.
We'll end this one on here. It says, y'all hosts complaining about cater to you right before Father's Day is coming up.
That was good.
No.
And it's this guy. Dude,
yes, that's the little fucking
The little smile.
Yeah.
Dude.
Shit, that was.
And you know what? Whoever started that was definitely a sour baby mama.
Yeah.
Aquí en BH.
Yeah.
That was so good. Oh, my God, that's amazing. Sheesh. So yeah, so no more canceling, man.
Yeah. I think we need a cancel culture.
Yeah, how do you do that? But it's just like, I mean, I think it's just not caring about shit like that. You know what I mean? I think obviously we make everything as much as of a big deal as we want, because like as many people can like pay attention to it.
I'm
and if you're
post
just
a video of me singing that song right now.
Yes.
Twitter, here you go, Twitter.
But for real, come on, guys.
Me and
like,
Esty can be the other ones.
There's bigger issues at hand, like fucking Kamala Harris telling our fellow Guatemalans not to come here.
Amen.
Jesus, man. So I mean,
fuck that bitch.
What's going on? Like, I mean, like
in the interview, did you guys see the interview of her when they asked her why she hasn't gone to Mexico, and she goes, well, I haven't gone to England.
I know, that was so.
I was like, and
I haven't gone to
like her demeanor,
other parts of the world.
Her
like,
demeanor, her attitude. It's like, bitch, that's just not getting you anywhere. Yeah, fuck that hoe.
So I mean, we've always talked about it, like kind of like, I mean, as
but everybody was so excited
immigrants.
to have her in the office.
Yeah, everybody's so excited to. And if you really think about it,
No.
like that's the same shit that we see with all presidents, all different cabinet members, everybody that gets elected into office.
Yeah,
you have.
They paint you a pretty picture.
Why do you go so far? We have here in Escondido, Escondido fucking,
our
the
council
city
members
fucking
too. There's
council
like
members, and there's people
two
that
of them
don't.
that are very
They don't want to allow dispensaries. They don't want to allow this taxes, money coming in. But if a big corporation with money and wants to build a complex with fucking 200 buildings, 200 apartment complex in the heart of downtown, Escondido, they're all for it because that's money in their pocket.
Yeah.
So I mean, like at the end of the day, like
it's what's beneficial for them.
Yeah, people
us.
are moved by what is benefit for them, and trust me, we are way far against their agenda. Kamala, she was right there. She was at one of the gay pride
recently
marches too, or like a parade, and she's right there too. I mean, it's just politicians and people are gonna just tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what we got to realize is just the sleeping giant is us. The giant is us. Nobody else has control over our lives but ourselves. Yeah. And if we combine this mentality and our mindset together, we're able to defeat all these other people because these people are not in control. They're put in place for us to control them, for us to have them move our agenda, not for them to move their agenda towards us. But, since we're a country, we're people of amnesia, so we forget. But like we were talking about Twitter, like, why do you have to go back in history? But we should, like, why do you have to go 17 years back? I mean, it's good and it's bad because, like, we're dissecting, like, these little things that are, that are wrong that and right. And that we didn't see.
Problematic then, but according to society,
but I think it's because we're our mindset is opening up, like our culture is opening up. We're realizing that things that we've done were wrong, or our ancestors, like, not necessarily like there should be a guilt, like, but we should know that things are not right and things are wrong. But trust me, like, anybody can pick out more dirtier songs that Cardi B's bringing out, than whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly. That again.
So it's the same thing, it's the same thing with these politicians.
That
makes
makes so much sense. It's like,
how come we're not doing that?
Yeah.
So I mean, and like now we have California with the mask mandate going off, and
tomorrow we get to take our diapers off.
The virus is canceled.
I know. I honestly haven't heard of anyone having COVID.
Yeah, so numbers are down. And it's just like it's just like a little mind game that like we get played out, and I think it's part of like this whole it's just things to keep us busy, whether it's like just information that's going on in the internet, whether it's like in the news, whether if it's like the next big thing, like the next Bad Bunny concert, the next Bad Bunny, like whatever. There's just so much entertainment, so much like news and everything. So like now everybody goes like, oh, so what, now everything's a conspiracy? Why the fuck not? Like, what do you mean?
Exactly. I know on the way here I was like, birds aren't real. Honestly, I'm like, dude, starting to believe they're not fucking real.
Now that you're saying that, dude, the other day I was fucking driving the truck and I was crossing an intersection, and like, how is it that birds like make time stop? Because literally, I saw this bird. I was going through the green light, and this bird like practically made everything stop because it pasó por mi ventana tan close that I felt que si le hubiera pisado un poquito más, le hubiera pegado. Yeah. But these birds just crossed like right through the front of my window, and I was
Has that ever happened with an owl?
No.
But we were talking about every night outside my window.
Oh, you do?
Every night.
Well, that means you're being guarded. Yeah, I've seen a white one, just like you saw that bird. That's creepy, and you can just see them look at you, and that is true. It does.
I know slow. It felt like trippy. We made that eye contact, like crossing that, like. You know what I mean? Like, it's a trip.
That's happened to me before.
I was like, how does it just glide through? Like, it didn't flap its wings, but it knows that, like, my car is right there. Like, how does that? Like, my car's going like 20 miles an hour. Like, I'm going.
But it kind of controls the car, or like that too. I feel that's what I'm saying. Like, I do agree because that's happened to me.
Because it just like went right through, and I was like, what is that? And it was like a memorable moment, like you saying, like when you say that right now, like that's like the first thing that came out. I was like, damn, like that did happen. Like, what the hell was that?
I just trip out how these motherfuckers be hanging out on the electricity cord.
Oh yeah, and they don't get shocked.
Yeah, but there's like warning signs like on every fucking post.
Well,
of humans not being able to climb. So I think
it's not live wire. I think it's not live wire that's in here. Like, so it's like a black wire like this. But then inside is all the cables. But like, say like if you were to like bounce on it, like you could rip it or break it, and then that's where you would get shocked.
Poke at it.
Yeah, if they would poke at it. Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean,
Motherfuckers
if
are
I was
sus.
a bird, I wouldn't be poking at that.
But
shit,
even like
though.
by my
Fuck
house,
that.
I think their
so
ancestors let them know.
Yeah, I
not
think
to.
they
there's
let them know
so
that
many
shit.
pretty
Yeah.
birds. Like there's like yellow birds, there's blue jays, like, and they'll be like I see them every day, and they'll like fly through my like by my window, and there's always like these two yellow birds, and they're just like flying. Or I see two hummingbirds, and they're like they're like messing around. It's like springtime, right? So they're fucking.
Oh, that's true.
She said they're fucking.
They are.
We all
Pinches
be fucking.
calenturientos, pinches
Yeah.
pájaros, cabrones.
Time to
I
produce.
do see a lot of like, over here outside, like they're in this area too. Like you hear them and there's like a couple that like at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, like I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Those
Now you
fuckers-
know.
Yeah, now I know that
They're fucking.
chinguiza. Cállate. Fuck. That's crazy. Okay. Damn. So what's up, ladies? How's your summer going? Do you guys have any cool plans for this summer? What are you guys expecting out of this summer?
Oh my
I mean, what's
God.
I'm still in school with Ezekiel
Okay.
till Wednesday.
okay?
So ask me in 2 more weeks.
In 2 more weeks.
Yeah, so I'm still in school right now.
But do you guys
Yeah.
have any like envisions like I mean like what closing out the year, you know what I mean? Like I think we're halfway through the
The
year,
school year.
summer, school year's ending.
Honestly, like I
Um,
feel like I don't know. Well, Caleb's always been homeschooled, so we've always just had like a very lenient, relaxed schedule.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Not that we don't need to vacation, but I feel like our vacations are more work than than just
Doesn't
kicking
that
it at
feel
home.
like that? Yeah.
True.
Like
It does.
he would love going to the pool every single day and riding his bike. Like that's like his form of gratitude, satisfaction.
Yeah.
Or going to his grandma's house and stuff. He really wants to go to Puerto Peñasco, where we went last time, and that's where his great grandma lives. And I think she leaves on Tuesday, and she asked me if I wanted to like let him go, but I don't think I'd let him go by himself.
Ooh, that's kind
Yeah,
for a
but
long-
he
for
would
how long?
2 weeks.
Ooh.
But yeah, I've never been away
That's
from him
hard.
that long.
Yeah.
Oh, have I? I've been away from him for like a week maybe,
Okay.
but not. I don't know.
Not
I
the 2 weeks. Yeah, it
and
does
then like
feel
that's
weird.
I don't know. It's kind of far. It's like 9 hours away.
Yeah, that is fun.
So I don't know. Maybe when he's a little bit older,
Okay.
I'll let him go. But he loved it to the point where he was like, "I want to go. I'm down to go. Like without you guys."
I know.
But
I wish.
I
see,
think
but
we're
then,
gonna go for the 4th of July.
I wish my parents would have let me do that now. So like, what do you think about that? Like, you know what I mean? Like you
Absolutely.
saying like
Well,
8
I
years
spent
old.
all
I
my
mean,
summers in Ensenada, all my spring breaks in Ensenada.
¿Con quién? ¿Con tus tías? ¿Con
My
tus
tias and my
grandma, you
great
know?
grandma, to the point where I would want to come home because I was, when you're a little kid and you just miss your house and you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
haven't been home in so long. I would stay out there for like a month, and I would
Oh,
just
wow.
I would just be there. Like when I say I felt like I grew up there more than I did here, like I mean it.
Damn.
I would spend every weekend, every summer break, every spring break, every time I was off school, I was in Ensenada.
See, that's why I wish my parents would have let me do a little bit more of that. I don't know. I just like being out by
Yeah,
myself.
I think I think once I stopped going was when I started like getting in trouble over here.
That kept you away.
Yeah.
Ooh, bad girl.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. Was that like middle school?
Yeah, I think I stopped going like 8th grade.
I think you were like a sassy middle schooler, huh? Were you,
No,
like,
not
sassy?
really. Honestly, I feel like I was like hella autopilot in middle school and high school. I think I was just going with the flow, and I unfortunately was in the wrong flow for a while. I think it was just I was becoming a.
I think we were all in the wrong flow. I think.
Yeah,
you
but I
know,
think I was
just-
like in the wrong flow. Like people were in the wrong flow, but I was in the wrong
You're
flow.
like, oh, sheesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm still like,
That's not.
I'm still flowing,
I'm
but
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I think there's a lot of different flows that you can dabble in and out of. You know what I mean? Like we're talking about alcoholism, we're talking about weed, we're talking about partying, we're talking about being family oriented. We're talking about and there's just things that we can go on and off of. And it doesn't necessarily make you that person. A veces te dicen like, growing up, you're like, oh, dime con quién andas y yo te contaré quién eres. You know what I mean? So you have that,
Yeah.
you heard that a lot. But, like in my social structure, like the way that I see my life is just like I know so many different people, so it's like I can't really say that I belong to like this type of group or this type, but it's just because like me gusta el desmadre y me gusta también portarme bien y me gusta también have fun with family and friends and you know me invitan acá and stuff like that. So it's just like it's not the fact that you want to hang out, but everybody has their own lifestyle choice. Everybody has their own choice because you can choose to go and rob a car right now if you want. You can go choose to, you know, go drink right after if you want. You can do whatever you want, you know. But, you know, not necessarily because you hang around with these certain types of people that's what makes you. That's you make yourself, and you because at the end of the day we're all responsible for our own actions, and I think that's one of the biggest things that I took from growing up, and you know, and that was the thing that was like kind of engraved into my head is like you're responsible for your own action. You are that person. Nobody else came over here and told you. You know what I mean? Maybe my right little devil shoulder did, and then my angel was like, no. But you know, we were just. It's all me. It's all in your head, and you're the person that can control that. So I mean, I think at the end of the day, we, you know, like we can't really give blame to anybody else for the stuff that we hang around with. But and people don't make us. We make our own selves.
Right.
Yeah. That's so true. It's true.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I took a different flow.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, good flows. Like it's part of growing up. Like why not? Like why don't you want to better yourself? Why wouldn't you? Like I mean, everybody wants to better yourself. Everybody should want to. I mean, and some of us catch on a little bit later, and some of us catch on sooner.
I'm just glad we're doing good, and we were doing better.
Yeah, I know the SIP podcast. We've been out for a little bit.
23 episodes.
The girls, 23 episodes. I'm hoping that we can do some more crazy and more episodes. I think maybe we should get out on the streets a little bit more. I don't know what you guys are thinking about. Like maybe do like a little side podcast somewhere, a little pop up or something like that. That would be cool. I think. Would be cool. I know I mentioned to you guys like to do like a little bar pop up. There's whatchamacallit, Jesus, I just left my mind. The one right there by the old police station, Jacked Up Brewery.
Oh, I've never been there.
So it's a nice little area. They have like huge garage doors that open up, and they have like a little patio outside and like a thing outside. So I think maybe
do they play music there?
Yeah, they've been playing live music there. Like the reggae band that I interviewed a month back, Zion Legends. They're playing on the 6th. They played on the 6th this past weekend or something like that. But they've been having like a comedy too.
That'd be cool.
Stand-up comedy and like or open mic karaoke maybe, and I think. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, thanks for joining us.
It's been another episode of System in Place. Thanks for tuning in.
It was fun.
We're taking off. So we'll catch you guys. What are we doing in 2 weeks or what's up?
On our way to outer space.
Okay, can you hear that?
What is it doing?
We out. Laters.
Peace.